hello to our fourth consecutive week of stuff. Lee's singing, we don't know why. But the fourth consecutive... Stop singing Christmas songs.
I wasn't.
That's a Christmas song.
Okay, what Christmas song was it? I wasn't even going for that.
Stop it. Stop it.
We're nowhere near.
It is like the 25th of January. We are talking about
She hasn't
Christmas
caught me
time,
on the counter. It wasn't me.
We are talking about Shaggy. Christmas songs.
It wasn't me.
Not Christmas. We're talking about...
She said Christmas songs. Yes. Oh, I don't even like Christmas songs.
Talking about a Christmas film that's not about Christmas.
Right. Let's talk about the movie, shall we?
Welcome to Not So Real, the podcast about films. Let me get it out, all right?
Yeah,
and TV.
Yeah.
2023. This is the fourth consecutive week. We're on a run. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
You're loving the podcast. We are reviewing films as
yeah.
well. We are looking for a movie bucket list.
Oh, yeah.
And we are giving it a Not So Real rating out of 10. And this week, we're talking Avatar 2.
Avatar 2.
Oh my God. I love James Cameron. Not to the point when I put him in bed, but I do just love him. I love him.
I'm a bit worried for James Cameron. If he signed like one of those restraining orders, I wouldn't blame him. You said that a little bit
too forcefully. Shall I try it again?
Yeah, no, it just came off a bit like
I love James Cameron. I love James Cameron. I love James Cameron. What one's weirder? The last one?
If you said that again, I feel like he'd actually hear you.
Like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
James Cameron.
So, oh, he's not here.
No, the film was
Wait a minute. James, is that you?
Who's that white-haired guy? No, I'm joking. Anyway, I loved it. Avatar 2. Right, let's talk about the plot first of all. So, if you've not seen the first one, you're an idiot. The second one is all about Jake Sully is now an avatar, and he is taking his family that he has now got, and he has to move clans to try and save his kids because they're being hunted by the humans who are back again, and he ends up trying to infiltrate a sea clan. He gets accepted, but they are built very differently, so they've got to learn how to be part of the sea clan, how to hunt, how to swim, how to hold their breath for a long period of time.
I guess you can say they've got to find the way of the water.
Oh my God. That's...
Carry on, Jack.
Gladly.
Oh no. Sorry, go on.
The colonel that they kill comes back in, spoilers, Na'vi form, but that's in the trailer. You kind of know it from the trailer. You see it and you go, nah, he looks recognisable. And then they have a battle at sea that is epic and amazing, and it was 3 hours of pure bliss, and I was so excited. And I can't wait for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, because it's going to be bloody fantastic. Do you know what it is? I'm done with superheroes. Fuck them off.
Yeah,
I'm done. The superhero age is dead. This film is about family, it's about love, it's about being yourself, expressing yourself, and I love the fact that I'm in love with the blue people and I hate the humans.
Right, now you're not going to like me very much.
Don't say it. No, don't. Give me 10 more seconds of loving it.
Go on, Em.
10, 9, 8.
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to only give you 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think the story was quite poor.
Fuck off.
I do.
What?
Not in a certain way. I just... Look, the way I see it, of the film, I think it's stunningly stupid. That is how I'd rate the film.
It's stunningly amazing.
It's stunning. Honestly, the CG and the aesthetics of the film, like everything of it, is perfect. The way they do it looks incredible, and you cannot put that down, and I never would. Because
some of the CG you see in like the Marvel films has nothing compared to Avatar.
No, don't get me wrong.
Ridiculous.
I completely agree with you. Like that can go in the bin. Compared to this, like aesthetically, like the stunningness of this film, you cannot compare it to any of the shitty superhero films, especially with like Thor, with the like crappy CG, with like I think it was with Heimdall's son or whatever. Like it was all crappy little shit like that. It's just awful. But this film looks incredible. For 3 hours and 15 minutes, it looks so good.
and the water looks too watery. And I don't know how it doesn't look like it looks so watery that I want the water. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
The way of the water,
the way the water moves is fucking phenomenal.
Jake Sully knows that he's being hunted by this colonel, right? This is the whole premise of the film.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, oh, okay, I need to not fight then, put in quotation marks, right? And then he decides to move all the way over to this small little island where there's these water people, like obviously the water tribes and stuff like that. To me, if you're being hunted by someone, right, and you were doing whatever, why would you go to a different tribe where this person is chasing you and more than likely is going to probably find you, because that is how most of the stories all work and everything else. It basically just, to me, was pointless, them going to this tribe, then for them to just also fight again, because he could have just stayed with his with the forest people.
Yeah, but his intention was to. It was because where the chamber was in the first one, where they moved to become part of the Avatar clan, and the Na'vi was close to the Tree of Souls, right? And that is also quite close to the Hallelujah Mountains, which is where they've been holding up. And Jake had said to his kids, like, do not go to the Tree of Souls, don't go to the wreck, like, you need to stay up and above from these areas because they are known by the humans. In the actual forest, we know it better than what they do. We can map it, we know it, we know, like almost like pinpoints. Of like they probably know it by trees and like plants and where all the animals live. And so when they went down and they were like having a look at where their dad fought, then they got caught by the bad avatars, and so he was like, they're getting dangerously close to the Hallelujah Mountains. And in the human part, they were explaining that they also were living somewhere in the mountains. If they've now got avatars coming after them, they can get on the Ikran and they can fly in, they can go undetected. Yeah, but they had to move.
But I kind of get that they had to move, right? I get that. But why move to a village where there's loads of people there where it's going to endanger them if they follow? Which, in the end, did. I think, personally, if this was me and I was running away from somebody, you'd be isolated and it would be just you and your family.
Are you thinking like they should have gone to like an island where nobody was?
Yeah, that's not in a sort of way. Like, obviously, it wouldn't have been a good story, but I mean, that's probably why they've done that.
What happened? We hid.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But that's what you would do, though. You would have that sort of secluded, away from everybody, because more than likely, because he is being hunted, people are going to get hurt. Then the whales started getting hurt and all that, and that's when they were going to fight back. You know, you could have just moved to one of the other smaller islands where there was barely any people or no people, and just hid out there, and they would have never found them, and he would have stayed out there.
Yeah, but they also wanted to go to a place where they can have a life and a family. If they just flew to an island and lived on the island, they'd never really grow up. Social. Like, you got to think, it isn't about the superhero aspect, which is what I love, right? So he's not thinking like, we'll hide. We'll just hide away and we'll become a family and it will just be us. Like, in that respect, they're all going to die. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got to think of the future. And he's like, I want my kids to grow up, have experiences, I want them to like fall in love, fall out of love, have breakups, and learn a way of one of the clans. And they learnt the jungle way. They could fly the Ikran, probably ride the horses. They learnt to navigate by trees and like jump out of the sky and land on a leaf and be fine. And then you've got to find somewhere where they can live. And you got to think living and surviving is very different. So they had to go somewhere where there was people.
It was still good to watch. I don't think it was like, you know, I'm not saying it was a completely crap movie. I do think it was a good movie. For me, how many times I've watched one, it's sort of, I felt like watching two sort of dragged a little bit for me. Like, I know that maybe that's just a personal thing, but I absolutely loved one. Like,
one is beautiful.
One is just incredible. It was made back in the day, and it's an incredible film. And from story to end, I think it's really good. I think it's great. I think the whole concept of the film is great. And then I sort of brought in these new characters and brought in this thing in the obviously for the second film. And obviously, it's more just, I think, they're filling it out for obviously these other three films.
Do you think maybe it's because number one felt like a hero film? Whereas this one,
but I don't even think that.
Do you not? I think it was.
I felt like it was not even a hero film. It just felt like, do you know what? Like doing the right thing. Do you know what I mean? Like sort of like where Jake Sully was supposed to be like not a sort of bad guy, but he was this bad guy, and then realised this was wrong, and then sort of changed his mind, and then they had like sort of the fight at the end, like that. Like that is, I can see how you can say that, but in my head, I don't see it like that. Like I don't see it like that. I think with 2, it's very hard to very much up 1 when aesthetically all in 1, it's all been done. Like, if you get what I'm saying, like I knew they were going to obviously move to a different region or do something, because recording it, they've done everything like sort of foresty in the first one. They've shown tree, they've shown going up to that mountain where they capture them.
Ikran.
Yeah, Ikran. And they catch all them, and they've shown all of that. They've shown what's in the forest and the forest people. They've shown the forest Na'vi. They've shown them already, and all the aesthetically pleasing stuff that surrounds that. So they had to move away from that anyway. And obviously, they've built a story around, like, obviously now showing like water and showing like different bits and bobs. Like, I think like that's what they're going to do for the rest of the movies. I feel like in the third one, they are going to move to another place, and they're going to show like, I don't know, underground stuff, or they're going to show
Avatar moles.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like
underground city of Pandora.
Like yeah, that's what I mean. Like underground Na'vi, and they live in like caves or something. And there's like the way they would do it would be aesthetically looking at all these like caves and doing all this and all that.
I think Jake will find out that Spider has saved the Colonel, and I think the Colonel will go after uniting the clans as an Avatar and as a Na'vi person, rather than trying to get everyone to fight against Jake. I reckon it's going to be a war of the species.
Oh,
that's what I'm predicting.
That's
because
cool though.
That to me would make sense, because I don't think they can do like the way of water, the way of ground, the way of air, the way of living it, because it will become quite repetitive.
Yeah.
Like how many skills they have to learn. But if you've got two sides and two separate skills, you've then got a really interesting war.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they're going to aim for. But going back a little bit, why on earth did Spider
save him?
Save the goddamn...
I don't even know.
That to me is a plot move.
Yeah, of course it was.
100. It could have been done. It could have just gone. Yeah, whatever.
Plot armor. That's exactly what I like. It's like, never going to die. You could see that. Like it's like Jake. At the end of the day, I don't think Jake Sully's going to die. And if he does, it's going to be later on for an emotional thing for probably the son. And that is probably what you can quote me on this now, but they will only kill off Jake if it's progressing the son, because I think the son's going to take over of what the new things are. They're going to probably keep Zoe Zendaya. I can't say her name. Zoe Saldana. They'll keep her in the film because she's really good. I think she's a really good Na'vi.
Because Jake's not the main character anymore.
No,
like he just can't be.
No, but I think he is the main character. But I think they are setting up the kids. They are setting up the kids now, and I think that's what they're going to be pushing for the next few films. And then when I think Jake will die, I think Jake will die. I think the Colonel will kill him.
In like the penultimate film.
In one of like maybe 4 or 5. I think maybe 4. And then when they have 5 or whatever the last film is, the son gets sort of the revenge back.
I think they'll endgame it. I reckon they'll do 2 parts.
Do you think?
Yeah. I think Jake will die midway through the penultimate film. Right, okay, let's give this a not-so-real rating out of 10. We have to agree on this.
Okay.
And we agree it going on the bucket list, right?
Okay, yeah,
it goes on the bucket list.
Yep.
9 out of 10.
Ooh.
It's high, I know. I thought it was amazing. For a huge wait as well, 3 hours was a bit long. It felt a bit long. It felt like I could go home halfway through and have a nap and come back later and do the rest of it.
Yeah.
But I'm a massive Avatar fan. I can't help it.
Oh, so am I. And I think that's why, like, I think for me, I think it did drag a little bit. Obviously, I wasn't too sure about the story and stuff, a little bit, but there was really good aspects to it, and watching it was stunning. I would watch it again just for watching it, because looking at it, it's a stunning film. Like, it made me want to watch the first one.
Yeah.
And I will be watching the first one.
I can't wait
over
to
again.
do a marathon. Like, I mean, it'll take me all day, but my God.
Imagine doing an Avatar marathon. Oh, sorry. Let's get back to let's get back to chat.
Sorry, we're fantasising.
I want to say 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah,
8.7. I'll agree with
8.75
because I feel like a lot of films could be an 8 out of 10. Not a lot of films can be a 9. I feel like it's closer to 9 than it is to 8.
Okay, we'll say
8.7.
8 3/4, so 8.75. How are you with that? It's higher than
Okay.
8.7.
And it must be like top 10 on the bucket list. It has to be.
It's definitely a film you got to watch.
100%.
You have to watch it. Like, even if you don't like it, I think it's definitely a film to watch aesthetically.
It's worth getting the Disney Plus free for a week to watch it at least 9 times.
9
Like 100%. Just get, if you haven't got Disney Plus, and because it's out of cinema now, it's completely gone.
Really?
So the only way you're going to watch it is to get on Disney Plus. Thank you so much for listening
Thank
to
you.
our film review podcast. So the 2 films on our list so far is Hush and Avatar 2, which is going to be substantially higher than Hush.
No,
Substantially higher than Hush.
yeah.
Right, have an amazing week. We'll be back Wednesday.
Roll the credits.